So today I'm going to be talking about beginning student language, and I'm not talking about Python. It is in fact beginning student language, or BSL. Okay, so if you know programming, this video will be very smooth. Actually, we won't be going a lot deep in the language because I'm not very deep in the language right now. Just the fundamentals, just the surface, scratching the surface. Okay, and if you are not a programmer already, if you don't know any other language, you might want to check this video. Okay, this I guess this side only, this video, to refresh the memory. Anyways, before moving to learning that, right, the BSL, I want to talk about why, and my video is lagging again. Anyways, let's ignore that completely. And why am I making this video, why I learned it and everything, I want to talk about that before we move ahead. And if you want to jump right into the language, just click on the timestamp in the description. Okay, I have a series of courses, right, and which is based on this BSL. Actually, that are not language specific, just the good practice of writing programs, or I'm just trying to develop my writing skills, program writing skills, program designing skills, if you may. Anyways, all that is in this language only, okay, because they don't want to be biased to a specific language like Java or anything, and they created a language of their own and are teaching that. So first I thought I would learn the design principles and everything, the recipes to design, and I would convert it into my language. Okay, but I thought it would be interesting to do it on the camera, right, to make a video on this language first, then make a video on the recipes, right? So yeah, we'll be doing that, and hopefully it won't be a very long video. So let's just get, by the way, for the compiler stuff, obviously we would need to compile our code so that we can do it. For that you have to install Dr. Racket, okay, and I have already installed it, but I will give the link in the description so you can go ahead and install that. I would just run it from my terminal. Don't worry if you're on Windows or you're not very familiar with terminal. I'm just used to run my programs using terminals, but this, after installing this, you will get application icon which you can double click and run the application. Okay, so this is the Dr. Racket after you install, and you can pause the video and go ahead and install, or just watch the complete. So interesting thing, the non-Python users, non-Python programmers, here semicolon means comment. Okay, so this is a comment. Okay, so as every other language, we have data types in here. Okay, so we have numbers, we have strings, and interestingly we have images as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead on each one of them. I don't have a lot to discuss. I'll just say numbers and operations on them, and we'll go and talk about strings a little bit, although it's very similar to every other language. We'll go ahead and see what are images in here, and obviously we'll go ahead and see if else, not we don't have if, but if statements, we don't have else, sorry, statements, and we will see functions, which this will be this will play a major role in the next video. Okay, because the recipe of how to design is for functions only. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with numbers and operations. So here we evaluate inside a bracket. Okay, this is a statement, the parenthesis, okay, or expression, sorry, not a statement, expression. So we can just say 2 3. Okay, this is the way I'll just put myself here. Okay, so this is the way we add or do any operations. Okay, so we give a parenthesis, we tell what is the primitive operation we want to perform, and we pass the arguments for that. So as a matter of fact, let's run this and check. So 2 plus 3 should be 5. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we can pass any number of what do you say, integers or floating point. I hope floating point also works, and yeah, it will give. So if you want to compare, this looks weird, yeah, I agree, but we can't do this crazy thing in different languages, right? We have one plus sign and we can pass n number of arguments to that, and it will just add them. So that's pretty crazy, right? Next thing, we can even do minus, and you got the idea, I hope. Okay, the first one is this, then this one. Okay, so you got that idea. Obviously we can nest this inside this. Okay, and to get a clear picture, let's comment this out. Oh, wait, where did it go? Where did my cursor go, man? Yeah, so let's comment it out, and I will just say plus 56 plus 6, oh sorry, 6, and then I will do something like 8 and 2. So we can nest the expressions like this. Okay, and if you want to see the how it's calculated, we can check that as well by using step, or it's called stepper here. Okay, so first this bracket will be evaluated. Let's just add more of these actually, so that we don't waste a lot of time here. Okay, sorry about the background noise, I have a kid in the house. All right, so this is the expression will be evaluated from left to right. The statement will be evaluated from left to right, and then if it's a number, it will be passed, but if it's a an expression, it will be evaluated first. Okay, so it's giving us 16 first, then we click next, then this statement will be evaluated, then this, and next this, we get 92. Okay, all right, we didn't run it, so yeah, we get 92. That's all. Okay, for numbers, and we can do any operations. Okay, so we have string, like obviously the classic hello world. We run it and it will be printed. Okay, like rel, and obviously we can have string operations as well, like string append. I hope this is and we can pass a number of arguments here as well. Yeah, obviously we need to give a space or maybe a comma as well, and we should get a hello world, proper hello world. Yeah, so that's all for the string I have. There are n number of operations on string. You can just search in help desk, I guess that's what they call. Yeah, so they have inbuilt documentation, and you will get a number of string or anything. Okay, so I'll just bracket documentation, and you can just simply roam around it and search through different functions. All right, so let me just 1 second. I don't know why it keeps happening, and yeah, we're done. So now images. To use images, we actually need to require something like we do in most of the languages. We have to require this http/image, and then we can use something like circle. We can give it a radius like 40. We can give it a type like solid or outline, and we can give it a color. When we run it, it should print a circle, hopefully. Yeah, it does. And obviously if we comment it out, we will be presented by an error for sure, right? So yeah, circle is not defined, so we want to require that. And obviously we can have something called as what to say, rectangle. Let's try that, rectangle, and we can give it a width and a height, and we can have outline this time, outline, and let's give it a blue. Okay, and yeah, so this is width and this is height, as you can see. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, let's just try dashed if it works. If it doesn't, no problem. Okay, so given a mode as third argument, and we don't know what other modes are. Anyways, we can search in the documentation anytime, so go ahead and do it if you want. Let's move ahead to if statement, obviously the control flow. Okay, so basically what do we want to do? We will pass a statement that would, give it give us a true or false value. Like any other language, we have boolean here as well. So wait, let's just do one more thing. We want to define a constant here. I didn't tell you about constant, so let's do that first so that we can use it in our if and statement. So constant basically our type of variable, but here we don't have variable, we have constants. That means we cannot change the value. Okay, and the way we define is define let's just say r1, and it should not print the if x. Okay, let's comment this out and run again. Yeah, we get only one rectangle, which means this one. So what we'll do, we'll define r2. Okay, and I will just make it bigger in height. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll say greater than, and we'll say image height and r1. Okay, 1, and second argument for the greater than, we'll pass height r2, and then we have to give two statements. First one will be true statement, and second one will be what if the condition will be false. So I just wanna print out or let's just say r1 and r2. Okay, and let's just remove or comment this circle out and change the color, obviously. We don't want to save it right now, and let's just try and print it. Okay, so red one is bigger in height. You see the false one was became black. Okay, so that's one thing your editor will give you. And yeah, so we have this, and as always you can play with it. Just a fundamental so that you can get along with the syntax. I'm not getting very deep into it because I'm assuming you are familiar with the concept of programming, right? Okay, so functions. The way we define functions is very similar to the way we define constants. Okay, so we'll just say yeah, so we will say define, and we'll say max height, and we will just say we have to give this. Okay, so the way it will work is the first block will be, what do you say, the function name, and the second block will be the body of the function. Okay, so I just want to copy it and paste it inside this. Okay, so yeah, and I want to pass r1 and r2 here as arguments. Okay, so the way we define function is define, and then it will take two arguments, right? So the first one will be the function name followed by the parameters it will receive, and the second one will be the body of the function, and inside that we can have a number of nested statements. Okay, I hope that's clear. I know it's a bit what do you say, oh wait, let me just give it some space. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Yeah, so I know this is a bit weird is the word I'm looking for, but yeah, it works. Okay, and the way we call function is obviously simply we have been calling these functions. So let's just say max height r1 and r2. Okay, so let's simply press, I don't know, there shouldn't be a conflict. Okay, function call expected a function after open parenthesis but found apart. Okay, we have extra parenthesis, it seems. Yeah, we had an extra parenthesis, no problem. We can actually comment it out. I mean, let's see, bracket comment out with a box. Okay, so this is a box type comment. Okay, like we have multi-line comments, right? So we could put semicolon on each of these line, but this is just a box with a comment. Okay, so we saw the function, right? And we can change yeah, so we can make it bigger in height, let's say 500, and that should be blue, right, this time. Yeah, with a massive height. Anyways, so that was it for this video, because I just wanted to show the building blocks of this beginning student language. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if you like, because it is weird, but the following videos, okay, the design principles, the function design recipes, and everything will be in this, and in the video I'll be converting this language to other C++, Python or JavaScript languages. So feel free to learn it or not, I don't know. You can skip it, no need to worry about it. The next videos will be based on this first, but then will be converted to other languages as well. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.